A well-known quote from Jonas Salk states, "The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more." And if you want to do more, I have to ask, did you say yes today? I'm Bobby Taylor, and this is the Lakeview Podcast. I love math, and sometimes I like to put things in mathematical terms to better express my thoughts and points. For example, it is said that collaboration divides the task and multiplies the benefits. I also believe that when you say yes, it implies addition. Contrarily, when you say no, it is either equal or subtraction. In other words, no will allow conditions to stay the same or become less. So by creating a yes zone, we want to add to the community's development. We want to take on more as opposed to saying no and allowing the community to remain the same or become less. We began gathering in late 2009 to form a collaborative effort that could transform the identified 30 blocks in South Elyria. Now, this area was most impacted by crime, violence, and poverty. The driving philosophy around our efforts was to say yes to every opportunity to serve in a greater capacity. And by constantly saying yes meant that we were taking on much more. We knew that building a lake in our community required a yes mentality. Within the Yes Zone's Cradle to College and Career vision, the primary goal is to ensure that all residents in the Yes Zone improve their health knowledge, develop communication and life skills, and avoid specific risky behaviors, leading to safer schools and positive social environments that improve both educational and social outcomes. We had to say yes because our community needed more access to community and school-based early childhood education, more employment opportunities, more secondary and post-secondary education resources, more health and wellness activities. Simply more. And yes is more. Although there's a variety of supports that exist in the community, they must be coordinated in such a way as to create a systematic approach to the families most in need of specific services. The Yes Zone's mission is to align resources and opportunities to meet the physical, emotional, education, and spiritual needs of all of our families within its boundaries, so they may grow into fulfilled, responsible, and productive members of our community. We know that by saying yes, we can improve each child's academic outcomes and future opportunities through family and community initiatives and wraparound supports for both the children and their families. This philosophy of yes is more makes the Yes Zone both a place and a strategy. The Yes Zone collaborative model can transform any geographic area that is distressed, often facing inadequate access to early learning programs and services and schools with low high school, college graduation rates, high rates of unemployment and crime, indicators of poor health, conditions that contribute to and intensify the negative outcomes associated with children and youth living in poverty. In the long term, we envision generations of families in South Elyria that are part of a vibrant, diverse, proud, and forward-thinking community in which residents own their homes and businesses and are actively engaged in the civic life of their neighborhoods and the institutions that affect their lives. We see these families as having sufficient assets to provide them and future generations with the opportunity to call South Elyria their permanent home. It is what having a lake view is all about. The Yes Zone model combines the best of best practice approaches from both Promise Neighborhoods and Strive Cradle to Career Strategy. In the white paper entitled Aligning for Impact, Connecting Promise Neighborhoods and the Cradle to Career Civic Infrastructure, The authors write that leaders at all levels are working in communities across the country to fundamentally change how they support children's success from cradle to career. This work focuses on rethinking how limited resources are best used to meet the need of each and every child and family. There are numerous initiatives underway to help communities as they take on this challenging, long-term work that requires going beyond programmatic interventions to achieve systemic transformation. Geographically, Promise Neighborhoods focused on neighborhoods, while Strive focuses on cities or regions. In terms of issues addressed, Strive is committed to improving educational outcomes, while Promise Neighborhoods, they're rooted in strong schools and educational outcomes, but also more broadly on child development factors such as health and wellness. The Yes Zone Collaborative embraces the Promise Neighborhood approach with aspirations to eventually expand our outreach using the Strive strategy. By saying yes to these best practice models and yes to partnering stakeholders committed to this work, we can provide more to South Elyria. And leaders, you can say yes is more in your communities too. I'm Bobby Taylor, and you've been listening to the Lakeview Podcast.